About a year ago, IKEA announced a very interesting collaboration. They teamed up with a company called Sonos to create a great sounding and affordable line of speakers called Symfonisk. Currently the line features two different speakers. There is one that looks like a lamp, and then there is bookshelf speaker that I'm going to talk about in this video. And what's most important is that the speaker costs only €99. And a small disclaimer, the video is not sponsored by IKEA, they just happen to make affordable and quite good pieces of tech. So I bought 3 of the bookshelf speakers, and you can even see one of them behind me about 6 months ago when I moved to a new flat with my girlfriend. And we bought them to replace one HomePod since my girlfriend doesn't use an iPhone. So I was looking for a cross-platform solution that could replace Apple's own speaker. Symfonisk speakers were my first choice for many reasons, but most importantly, they are the cheapest speakers in entire Sonos lineup. And yet, they're fully fledged modern Sonos speakers with all of the benefits coming with the Sonos system. With one small exception. Compared to other newer Sonos speakers, they're lacking microphones. Therefore, there is no Google Assistant or Amazon Alexa integration. But to be honest, if you already have a smart speaker at home, especially a smaller one like Echo Dot or Google Home Mini, then that's not really a big issue. And you don't even need a smart speaker, you can just use your phone or your smartwatch, so that's not really big of a problem. And to be honest, for me, it's sort of a benefit because I don't have to have a microphone, for example, in my bedroom. And if you already have Google Home Minis at home, you can also set up the Sonos speakers as default output for your music. But if you're looking for a proper smart speaker that sounds really good, then I think a better option would be Sonos One. I could talk about Sonos system for hours, but I would like to highlight just one feature that really made me consider getting Sonos in the first place. And that's an ability to combine multiple different streaming services within one app. So Sonos' app lets you create shared playlists where you can combine music from services such as Apple Music, Spotify, with podcasts, for example, from Pocket Casts. So you can mix all of that together without worrying that you're using one platform and your spouse is using another one. And for me, that's a killer feature that makes Sonos speakers a cross-platform heaven. But I really want to focus in this video on one feature that's really important for me as an Apple user, which is support for AirPlay 2. Basically, what it allows you to do is to select the speakers straight from a control center menu in a similar way to how it works with AirPods. And if you have multiple AirPlay 2 speakers at home, you can also use multi-room capabilities, which technically means that you never ever have to open Sonos app again. But there's way more benefits to AirPlay 2 than just that. First of all, you can connect the speakers to your HomeKit setup, which gives you an option to control everything via Siri, as well as to add the speakers to HomeKit automations. So for example, I'm able to say to my iPhone, iPad and Mac, play some music in the living room, and it's going to play music in the desired room. And as for HomeKit automations, you're able to set that music will start playing or will pause at a given time, or depending on who is at home or not. So for example, I have an automation that plays music in the whole apartment every day in the morning. Also thanks to AirPlay 2, I'm able to use 2 of the Symfonisk speakers set in a stereo pair as wireless speakers for my Apple TV. And in a classic Sonos setup, that would require you to have a soundbar and then connect your Apple TV to that. But this solution gets quite expensive really fast. So I'm just able to use Apple's wireless audio sync calibration with my iPhone, and that's going to get rid of any potential lag. The only downside is that I have to choose the speakers as an output device every time I'm using the Apple TV, but there are rumors that Apple is going to change that together with tvOS 14, and they're gonna add a feature to set the speakers to default in a similar way to how it already works in Google Home. As for the Symfonisk speakers themselves, I really like how versatile the whole line is. I really don't like how the lamp one looks, but the bookshelf ones are really nice. I think that they can blend into an apartment really easily, regardless of if you're gonna go with the black ones or the white ones. And as the name suggests, you can either put them on a bookshelf or actually make them become one. So IKEA sells these wall mats that allow you to put up to 3 kilograms of things on top of the speakers. They also come with these silicone pads that prevent vibrations to go onto the objects that are on the speakers. IKEA also sells hooks so that you can mount the speakers onto a kitchen rail. I really like how the white bookshelf speakers look like, and I think they fit my apartment quite well. As for the build quality, they're all plastic with an exception of this fabric covered cover that you can just remove from the speaker. They also come with these really nice cables that are covered in fabric, and that's actually something you cannot find on normal Sonos speakers. I can think of only one downside when it comes to the design of the bookshelf speakers, and is that they're quite chunky. I wish they were not that tall or that wide, depending on how we place them. Since these are speakers, I should probably also say a few words about the sound quality. So overall, the sound quality is really good, especially at this price point. They sound very similar to Sonos Play 1, but that shouldn't be a surprise since they share a lot of internal parts with each other. But what I was impressed the most with is how well the speakers sound in stereo pair. And here I would go as far as saying that they sound like HomePods, especially after tuning them with Sonos's TruePlay feature. Okay, and the final question is if you should get them. If you don't have a speaker setup at home yet, then Symfonisk is a really affordable option you should consider. For just €99 per speaker, you can get a great sounding system with all of the capabilities of both Sonos and AirPlay 2. And if you already have speakers that work in one of these systems, then you can consider getting Symfonisk as an expansion. And yeah, that's all I have to say about Symfonisk speakers. As I said earlier, I've been using them for past half a year and I've been really happy with their performance, and I think that the sound quality is really worth the price. And the cross-platform compatibility is something that I really appreciate about Sonos. If you have any questions about Symfonisk speakers, feel free to ask them in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more content like this, welcome to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.